What is this? Let's read this. Dev Vanguard X LOL. The how and why of anti-cheat. It's getting to be about time, and I must once again extend to our quadrivial anti-cheat greetings. Cheating in League 101. League of Legends is a fairly secure video game. Server stimulates the entirety of the game state, and the client is really only responsible for making requests to it, often referred to as an authority model. It means that our server is the final arbiter of truth, and things like spending spells on cooldown should fail once we added enough server validation. This is why we don't see many exploits anymore. Instead, most cheaters result to input automation or more colloquially scripting. Scripting developers create patterns that are essentially wrappers for the LoL client. They rebroadcast the game as an event stream and allow the end user to create or most likely copy or paste a section of scripts that automate certain behaviors. Scripted persistence. Our first problem is that cheating is addictive and scripters are persistent. LoL is a free-to-play game and one ban is never enough. Regular suspensions have stood up to saturate the secondary account market, and the barrier to re-entry is the only cost of a fresh level 30, which at the time of this article is about $2, with a side larger fries. What the fuck? League game with a cheater weekly. Wait, what is this? What is this? Percentage of games? Percentage of games globally played with a script or a bot. It went from past 5% 2022, 10% 2022, 2023 it went up to slightly above 10 to 15%, and 2023, this is the end of 2023, it went down again. I mean, I guess that is pretty low amount if you think about it, right? This is what their data says. In recent months, as many as 1 in 15 games globally has had a script or a bot in it. But in some regions, this number is as high as 1 in 5. Cheating isn't really region-specific, cheaters just go wherever cheating is easiest. In Eastern countries, we see higher rates of scripting, but they're getting spillover from cheaters in China and Korea, both of which have region-exclusive anti-cheats and, more importantly, identity requirements. Yeah, I mean, Korea does this really well with identity. It's only worth making cheats if there's glory worth stealing, so attempts at cheating are usually the sign of a successful competitive environment. Scripters effectiveness. Rank games with a scripter by tier. Okay, I kind of want to see this. Grandmaster and Master the most. Oh, that's Grandmaster. I mean, there has been a lot of scripting problems in Grandmaster and Master, but it also kind of makes sense, no? Wouldn't scripters usually be kind of like a higher tier players? And bots accounts would probably be from any range. Wait, let's see. You're reading that correctly. More than 10% of Master games had a cheater in them. Even Challenger, which we manually audit on a regular cadence, has suffered from a significant amount of cheaters. Worse still, we can't see how that trend continues because the current anti-cheat is beaten. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so they're basically saying, oh, the current anti-cheat is too shit, that's why we're implementing Vanguard. But realistically speaking, like, these cheaters will also bypass Vanguard over time, right? Okay, I mean, this kind of makes sense. They're giving at least, like, reasonings. Suspension by type, manual and automatic. So most of suspension is automatic. That makes sense. That doesn't mean you try to stop them. Yeah. Enter Vanguard. Like most anti-cheats, Vanguard is made up of preventative and detective layers. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Fast anti-cheat is fastest anti-cheat. By uncoupling ourselves from the game client and moving more of a Vanguard to the server, we can deliver different checks to riskier players, making our intrusion detection far more targeted and much faster. This is Valorant to League, time action, number of rank games per cheater. So Valorant is going down and League is going up. Oh, this is data from 2021 to 2024. Okay, so they're saying that Vanguard has successfully stopped more cheaters over time, while in League it went up over time because it's easier and easier. LoL Vanguard comes with a TMP2 requirement, and while Microsoft originally intended to require one for all new Windows 11 installations, their actual implementation of their enforcement was relatively weak and easily bypassable. We took them up on the regional offer and instead elected to enforce it ourselves, so a select few Windows 11 users may find their ability to play League is impacted, especially if you modify registry keys to bypass this requirement. TMP stands for Trusted Platform Model. It is because it acts as an extremely non-fungible form of a hardware ID. Anti-cheat drivers are not new and we didn't invent them. The purpose of our driving component is not to collect more information. We can already see everything we need to see from user mode. Instead, Vanguard's primary goal is to confirm the game is currently running in an environment we can trust. This reduces the number of detections we have to create, the amount of data we have to collect, and most importantly, the ease with which games detected versus actions taken weekly. Manual detection hardware % games. Why is it always on? Vanguard is not really running all the time. The driver loads at boot, but nothing is making calls to it, and there's no network connectivity until you run on one of Riot's games. It's literally just sitting there so that you can at least attest to the fact that nothing happened between Windows loading and the game starting that would break the operating system. When you launch League, the Vanguard client contacts the driver to confirm that it thinks everything is 100%. Yeah, just source, trust me, bro. I mean, sure, I guess. It's kind of insane how long this article is. They really spent a lot of time fucking writing this. Until next time, the Vanguard team is now only almost 30 people, up nearly 1000% from the first to the tight 3 it was when it got started in 2014. What? 3 people worked on it in 2014? Now there's 30? That's crazy, bro. Isn't Vanguard a spyware? Why do we need an anti-cheat? What about Linux? We never officially supported Linux. Have you tried just asking cheaters nicely to stop? Are you fucking serious, bro? We once let cheaters submit handwritten apologies for unbans. Wait, what? We once let cheaters submit handwritten apologies for unbans. Some promised to stop. Many stiffed kids on Fiverr to write their apology for them. And 91% of them were banned again for scripting within the next 6 months. Did they actually try this? Are they like, seriously? This enemy cannot be reasoned with, and our best defense is preventing their attempts. The enemy? They said enemy. I heard that Vanguard breaks keyboards. Okay. What about false positives? Players claiming a false ban are in one of the 7 categories. They are presenting a fictional narrative. They tested a cheat on a smurf, poisoning their main through hardware linking. Okay. They shared their account with someone who cheated. Okay. They repeatedly queued up with a booster that used cheats. Okay. Their account was stolen by a serial rage hacker who used it to torture other players. For exactly 6 games. Wait, why exactly 6 though? They used cheating software for another game and Vanguard unfortunately picked it up. They have malware installed their platforms, the same operations as a cheat. Why not sue the cheat developers? Oh, for sure, we do that when we need to. And our legal team couldn't be more hyped to defend right experiences. With Vanguard, few developers have had persistence necessary to ever warrant it. Most don't attempt bypasses, and those that do usually give up after sheepishly returning 1 or 2 basic anti-cheat volleys. Okay, why not create a game mode for cheaters? Cheater Island sounds very amusing, but we have chosen instead to spend all our engineering time on just preventing the cheats in the first place. We don't have infinite money, and using resources for in-game features that exist solely to torture the cheaters we already caught would kinda like anti-cheat out of anti-cheat. What about OS X? I don't know what that is. Does Vanguard break third-party Apple? Developers not using the official APIs will find it difficult to continue information from client. We won't make guarantees it won't break, okay? Why not AI anti-cheat? We do use machine models to predict the likelihood that the player is cheating, but using only data the game server receives does not currently afford us the granularity necessary to detect information cheats. Well, maybe in the future, right? The best models can only identify around 30 to 50% of cheats on the server side, player input alone. That is not sufficient for a free comparative game. Okay, makes sense. Maybe in the future, guys. Maybe in the future. Why not open source the driver? So open source anti-cheat application would be totally useless. Okay. What if I'm having technical issues with Vanguard? With attribution bias? What is that? If Vanguard is so good, why do I still see cheats on Valorant? For starters, we do not action every cheat or account instantly. Every ban is like broadcasting a signal. Cheaters are gonna cheat. We're really driven our presentive layer. Okay, they're just basically not saying. Wait, was it? We'll detect them soon enough, but not before they snap a video and repeatedly drop it on TikTok. What? Does Vanguard do anything to help with DDoS? Doesn't have much to offer, okay? Why can't we just put Vanguard in Vietnam only? That will make it so all the scripters would move to Philippines. Why can't we just put Vanguard in Philippines, then they'd move to Singapore? What the fuck are these Q&As, bro? What the fuck? Cheating is not... Okay, but you guys could have explained this in 1 sentence, bro. Are they just putting this to fill up the text on the site? Why am I personally incompatible with Vanguard? We get it and we 100% respect your decision. Yeah, I know this. I see. By the way, for those that want to learn more about cheating, you should watch this video right here. This video has a really good explanation on cheatings. Hopefully one day soon the platform or games runner will offer developers the security features required to prevent cheating. If Riot hasn't earned your trust, do not run our software. Whoa! Okay. What personal information does Vanguard collect? Riot only collects what we need to run in secure games. More data is just more risk for us. What is the phrase that sends you back to the pain dimension? Nice try, Asmodeus. What? I don't get that. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say, right? They're obviously going to defend their position, and honestly, maybe they're not even wrong. Who knows if they're lying or not? Who knows? But then again, it makes sense what they're saying, logically speaking. There's not much to say. I mean, people who are saying like, oh, uninstall League because it has Vanguard, they're probably a little bit overreacting. What happens to custom skins? They're most likely going to keep existing. They might be like fucked for a patch until like the guys who do the custom skins figure out a way to like the Vanguard to not affect it, and then it's gonna be fine.